Ready. Fight.
When somebody say Dr. Bryant, it irks me. Where's her colleagues? Where's she a doctor at? Because I've done the research.
And it was what?
I don't see doctor nowhere. If somebody is a doctor, they will be proud to show you, I'm a doctor. She can't do it. She just says it. This is a fantasy that woman is living. I mean, like, you don't see everybody to see you, Sister Bryant. We know it's a girl you call your bodyguard, but we know it's more to it than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here in the streets. So I can't say what this girl is that you call in your little security sometimes, but you know what I'm saying? It's people who know y'all and they talk.
As you was doing your research on me,
I know.
I obviously was doing my research on
Of course.
you. Now, before we get into that, let's kind of go back to the evolution of Dr. Bryant.
Yeah, totally.
Right? I'm intrigued because as I was doing my research, I came to I was like, yo, why doesn't this is probably the most mysterious, most discreet doctor I've ever seen, because she has so much like, yo, who is she? Has such a following, but no Wikipedia. I found that like so hard. I was like, yo, who doesn't have a Wikipedia? So I'm literally trying to find out certain things because I'm trying to go deep. You said, how deep we gonna go? I said, as deep as the ocean floor.
You did, yeah.
So that's where I really want to kind of start. Where are you originally from?
I love that. I want to hit on the Wikipedia really quick. I don't have it because years ago, my team was like, let's do the Wikipedia, we got to do this. And my thing, again, was not for me to get into my field or even on TV with Teen Mom and co-produce shows that I produced to be a celebrity. And I'm not knocking celebrities. I did it again because for me, my purpose is, as a little girl growing up in the inner city, in the hood, to your question, growing up with abandonment issues, growing up with brokenness, and finding my way to use my platform, my books, everything about myself and everyone else's platforms, like your amazing platform, to be able to give those tools and pieces to little girls and little boys like me in the inner city, in the trailer park, I don't care where they are, who are just saying, why me and how, right? How? And so the celebrityness and the Wikipedia meant nothing to me, but the lives that I've been able to change from platforms, from being on TV, from being the president of the biggest and baddest civil rights organization, the kids who have been able to call me and say, Doc, you know, I'm in college, I've graduated, you know, I'm married with a family now, adults who are experiencing suicide ideations and mental breakdowns who are saying, look, I'm not suicidal no more. I sold all my guns. That is my Wikipedia. That is my celebrityness. And that's my bigness for me. And so if Doc don't ever get a Wikipedia, I'm fine. But to that point, because of all the work I've done in the community, because of all the lives that I have happily been, you know, honored and privileged to change, my city, Los Angeles, has given me something that's legacy, that's, I believe, bigger than Wikipedia. My branch and myself and my founder, Joe Gatlin, we have our own street in the city of Los Angeles, as a token of their appreciation for me coming in and giving back where I came from and what I've learned.
And all this doctor stuff, I mean, come on. Where is the proof that you're a doctor? Can you just do that online instead of all of the glamour videos with all the makeup on and everything? Show us you're a doctor and how you became a doctor and how you practice being a doctor. You're just doing internet talk like everybody else, except you wanted to put doctor on your name. Prove to me you're a doctor so I can eat crow and apologize. But don't come with that little nonsense online shit. That ain't gonna work on me, I know. And all that low vibrational women stuff, you used to work at the strip club, right? I would ask her that. She's talking about low vibrational women. And even if that was a time when she's not doing that now, she talked about the things that she's done to men and how she kicks up dust with men on purpose that so-called love her. And I never saw the end of y'all video until my girl showed me this.
Which one?
When you hit her with that 50 Cent shit and she was stuck, it was classic, but that's not promoted.
But that
because she praised 50 Cent because there's opportunity maybe there for her. Now, this ain't no diss to 50 Cent. 50 Cent, you know, he walked up to her and as she said, he was like, you're amazing or whatever. We know how the game go, but she wouldn't say nothing bad about 50 Cent because that opportunity might not be gone yet. But when the opportunity with 50 is gone, she'll be calling him low vibrational and all that. Because I don't think she really like men. I think she like women. Because I've seen some evidence of that. Now, this is what I said, I think. But women who run through men that she's with and she say she like, have you heard some of the stuff she said she did to the men that she was in relationships with?
No.
Yeah, I knew you didn't know that. I've watched that lady since I was on the show with her a long time ago. I was on the show with her, with one of my homeboys, Zoe Williams. He had a show. And that lady, if her real story came out, she would be a farce, I believe. I don't think she's a doctor, and I'm putting it out there. I don't think she's a doctor. If I am, show me where you got your doctorate, and I would love to talk to some of your colleagues.
But I think that's not necessarily in that case how you feel, because I think that's just her direction that she wants to go. I do call Cap.
She's lying and saying she's a doctor.
No, that's a stage name for all, even if she's not. She's made some great points. She's made some points that I would say in this world of content, she has provoked thought.
Give me a great thought, she said.
Well, low vibrational.
High functioning and high value man are two different things. High valued man is more about value. What are you offering financially? What can you do for me? How can you provide for me? It has nothing to do with emotions. This is why you have a lot of high valued women and men who are extremely low functioning. It is statistically known that high valued women, not functioning, high value women, meaning powerhouse, makes money, elected official, doctor, lawyer, entrepreneur, whatever she does, she's just killing it. She does well. Educated, not educated, she just does her thing financially. She's high valued. Often end up with low functioning men.
Why?
And it's because she has high value, she doesn't have high function. Law of attraction, we attract who we are despite of who we think we are. So the man living in his mama's house that you described, right? Mm-hmm. That's based on society, that's a low value man.
Reality, not
That's
society.
fine, you can say reality. I'm fine with that, yeah.
Right.
Value is not a functioning. High functioning is how you function. Has nothing to do with money or where you live or how you drive.
Right.
Okay. Value is the word value because it's it's what you said. How valuable are you? Mm-hmm. How valuable are you, sis? What you bringing to the table?
Okay, now.
Those are two different things.
I just want to stop you right there before I lose my. If the man doesn't have high value,
yes,
he will not spark the interest of no woman. Let's just put it like that. So it runs.
Then answer this question.
In conjuncture.
Why are most low value? And low value man just means, I'll go street terms, broke.
Yes.
Okay? They're married. Them girls are married.
But you can't
hold
say
on.
that's a subjective thing.
No, that's not.
You can't say most because that's not true.
Statistically, when it comes to socioeconomics, Google it, have somebody here on your team pull it up. Socioeconomically, women, Google it, predominantly black women, socioeconomically, are exceeding when it comes to money, street term, bread. Hold on. That means if they marry, they're married to a man who's making less money, no money, or broke money. Hold on. Now, low-valued men are married to somebody, whether she low, high, whatever, he got him a wife. And let me go a little further. And usually if you don't have a wife, he got a whole hell lot of kids by different women.
Watch out now. Watch out, you're speeding.
Yeah, I am.
You're speeding.
I'm poking speed.
We going there. Hold on, let me take this.
So let me finish
let me
this.
Let me take this glove off. If it's true or not, broken homes, whether it's true or not, this is something going back to influence. She has been influential in creating a narrative about high functioning men, low vibrational action. I'm not married. I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I thought I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more.
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I
I'm
just
saying,
want
or
God
by
to
your
bring
wife?
him. I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay. And you have, so you just
Because
bring him,
my
okay.
point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active.
And that right there may not be true in my world or your world, and I don't get to dictate that. Unfair and unjust, yes. But when that clip goes, nobody's gonna watch the 2 hours and even peep the 50 Cent situation. They're gonna see
I saw it.
it on Spiritual Word. They're gonna see it on Shade Room. They're gonna see it on this platform, that platform, and everybody gonna creator hack, as they will call it in YouTube world. And then they gonna speak on Dr. Bryant calls out Cam Newton and Nick Cannon.
It was some bullshit.
But that, you don't get the right to say that, because in all cases, we've seen when you say the truth, oh, that nigga ain't nothing but bitter. Oh, that nigga hating. And the truth of the matter is this, when I go back home, because it was me that was used in that, I'm still in the same situation. If anything, it has brought my situation closer because we're able to talk about that.
But you hit her upside the head with the 50 Cent thing. He was like, is he this? And she would not exhaust that resource because she still wants to see what she can work out of that.
I didn't know.
You mentioned Curtis Jackson. And I'm like, is he a high value man or a high functioning man? Like, I just want to know.
That's the question?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about where 50 is and what he's doing.
It's just high
I know,
functioning, yes. Or
but
is
I'm
he
not
part of the 40% or the 60%?
50 is where he is. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna mention that with him as far as how he is and what he is.
So not the
What?
cat got your tongue. We've been
No,
talking
not
about
cat.
cats and
No,
curiosity and all
Cat
that. But
Cat
nah,
don't got my tongue. It's this segment in our conversation is not about 50.
it was never about
So-
anybody else.
Yes,
but
it was. It was about everything we talked
you
about.
brought
So as far
Oprah in here and,
as far
and
as
Stedman caught a
So as
stray.
far as 50 is a great man for the work that we've done together. He is a wonderful person for believing in me and for putting a team around me. And for that,
Yeah.
I respect that. That action right there and the work I've done with 50 and knowing him in the department, in the spaces we know each other, he's been wonderful. And that's that. That is my answer, Cam. That is the answer to that.
You didn't answer my question.
I answered it.
Okay, I'm going to.
50 is an amazing businessman.
High-functioning man.
He's extremely high functioning,
And
especially when
how-
it comes to business. Especially when it comes to
No,
business.
don't give
Especially when it comes to that. He's definitely that.
high value too, right?
Of course he has high value.
High
He's
function.
50.
Yeah, of course.
Of course he has value.
He's
Yeah. He's that
I
dude.
respect.
Yeah.
I really can admire
He's that dude.
Curtis
He's high
Jackson.
value. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I respect his business acumen.
me too.
I love the trolling. Yeah, but he got kids though.
You gotta ask 50 that. You gotta ask 50 that.
That's for the next. I seen you did two different
let me say
segments
this.
with
If you
Nick,
get-
so
if
you're gonna have to double back.
Yeah, if you get, let me say this, Cam.
Yes,
Let me
ma'am.
say this, big dog.
Okay.
Let me say this, boss man, big dog.
Yeah,
If you get
I like
50
that.
on here with me, then I'll talk about and analyze 50 and his kids and what he got going on. If you can get 50 sitting next to me, well,
won't.
then there you go.
Because
There you
I really, we can help each other. We already identified that. We
There
can
you go.
analyze each other to the roosters come home or speak out or the
There you
cows
go.
come home.
There you
However,
go.
those soliloquies or
There you
those
go.
different things, you sharp. I like that.
Oh, thank you, Cam.
I done let you off the hook on numerous times.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Just to be obedient. I see, you got your team with you. And I ain't want nobody to feel like, yo, why he came and da-da-da. No, doctor, thank you for your time. But
This is what happens when your cigar goes out?
I'm trying to tell you, I
what I mean,
get
when you need
agitated.
a cigar.
Long-winded. It took you 16 paragraphs to tell me where you originally was from.
telling you,
I really
yeah.
enjoyed this though. I
did
really
too.
did. So when I asked her that question, I didn't know about, I was just reaching for any person that I'm saying to myself, okay, cool. Well, every person that has had a child and that is not with that person has created a broken home. So I'm like, yo, a person who I admire, I'm like, yo,
Why
Curtis
she ain't
Jack-
got no kid?
But
Want me to tell you why you ain't got no kid? Because you can't make a kid with the person you with, can you? Don't get mad at me if I'm telling the truth now. I ain't saying this is a fact, but I'm saying.
But you can't
people
say that, though.
People who know you put your business out there, ma'am. So most people don't know. The average civilian don't know. But people who know you know who that girl is who you call your security. I'm just putting it out there with pleasure.
Can we move on or you want to still stay here?
Get it, let's go somewhere else.
Say less. In your opinion, last thing on this though, but I'm like, this is my truth to this, and this is my last take on Dr. Bryant. I think she came here and she used the platform for what it was intended for her to do. So much so, I don't even think prior to her coming on this platform, she had 1 million followers on Instagram. That's a Snapple fact.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why only reason why she came here is because, I really want to have thought-provoking conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And in some of those conversations, I don't get to choose where I'm just always talking and saying like, yo, bro, well, I don't think what you're doing is right. Some of that is, yeah, bruh, what you're doing is wrong.
Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm gonna go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm gonna build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't gonna create a home in them. I'm gonna wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still gonna be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm gonna build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can solve.
Yeah, almost. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're gonna feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy. And it's a huge dysfunction within our Black community that I truly believe personally, statistically, mental health-wise, and community-wise, that Black men would stop.
Black men with what?
Stop doing that, that they would stop that dysfunctional behavior of compartmentalizing and creating houses, not homes, and then finally a home with the wife. And then you have all these other houses that are homeless, but you over here at some point when you do get a wife, if you do, I'm saying if that's what you want, you will, you'll get whatever you want, you're trying to create a home. Totally dysfunctional and extremely, that's the epitome of selfish, epitome of selfish. I'm done, you can go for it.
Okay, say less. All right, so what identifies as a broken home?
What you have going on with these, whoever you're not in the house with is a broken home. It's called a blended family. It's called a blended family.
That means?
That the family is blended. So blended
So
means,
blended means broken?
Yeah.
Okay, so the guy that you were entertaining, you would go as low as 26.
That I would entertain?
Yes.
Got it, okay.
And as high as what age?
Whatever man that doesn't have kids.
As high as?
Whoever doesn't have kids, whatever age he is with no kids.
I just.
No, that's the age. I'm saying I don't have an age range as far as how old if he has no kids.
So your
he's a candidate.
non-negotiable is a person who does not have children.
my non-negotiable is a person with kids. But yes, I get how you're saying it, yes.
So you cannot date a person. You cannot be with a person.
I can, but I'm choosing not to.
So
I can be with
like-
anyone, but I'm
like
choosing not to.
You're
I gotta correct it. It's my narrative, Cam.
You're
I
like
can,
jumping in,
I
jumping out. It's either
can. No, it's not I can't. There's no such thing. I can date whoever I want. I am definitely well equipped to do so.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna allow that word to be something that fits what I can't do. I'm well equipped to date anybody.
Yes.
My preference,
Yes.
because there's nothing wrong with a lot of men who have kids, so I don't wanna put that narrative out there.
Yes.
My personal preference is I would not choose to date a man with kids.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're dating a man with kids. Just a scenario.
Oh, okay, got it. Yes.
You're dating a man with kids.
Yes.
So you've identified that that's a broken home from the jump. With your verbiage of blended family means broken.
I've identified that I'm dating a broken man who is creating who he is, because we could teach what we know, we create who we are. And so broken people create brokenness, whether it's through a child, whether it's through a relationship, whether it's through themselves. It doesn't have to be a beautiful baby, but you're creating brokenness. And broken people can come from married households. I'm not saying that a two-parent household can't create the result of a child who then has brokenness and creates broken blended families everywhere. I'm not negating that.
That's not my point.
No, I know, I'm making that point. But yes.
But my point.
My answer is I not only identified that those homes are houses without a home because he's not in them,
Yeah.
but also that he's a broken man.
But you're going to be with a broken man.
No, I won't. I just said I wouldn't be with a man. I wouldn't be with a broken man who has multiple kids. I will take
No, not multiple. I'm
well,
talking.
a kid. It doesn't matter.
So you're
I don't
not
wanna-
going to date a man with children.
No, but let me clear this up because you said I won't date a broken man. That's not what I said.
No, I said, are you? Listen to what I'm saying.
I heard you.
Doc.
Let me answer it. Hold on. We all have a level of brokenness. So will I date a broken man? Yes. Am I going to date a certain type of brokenness? No.
So I took the risk and said, yo, when I sent over, the truth is this, when I sent over her name to talent at Iconic Saga, everybody's like, who?
Right. You blew her up.
I'm not saying that.
No, it's a fact.
I'm not saying, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I blew her up. What I am saying is she's definitely maximized, not from the Nick Cannon, because not a lot of people seen that. But when you came on my platform and you spoke how you spoke, whether I believed in it or not, or whether you believed in it wholeheartedly or not, it has elevated you in this realm of go sis, let's impact, keep these, da-da-da-da in check. And all I'm saying is, okay, she's from Cam Newton's Funky Friday. She's went on to Be Simone. She's went on to other situations. I'm not mad at that.
B. Simone, ain't that the girl who stole the book?
Who?
B. Simone.
She stole the book.
She stole the book. Do you know about that?
Empower me.
She stole the book. She claimed the book that wasn't hers, that somebody else wrote. You really don't know about this?
I straight face, right hand to God. I don't know.
It ain't hard to find.
Say less, and I will. But in this particular situation, I'm like, yo, I've done my job, and you've done your job to impact and elevate. So when I had mentioned, this is what I was saying, when I had mentioned the Curtis Jackson, the 50 Cent, at the time she Euro'd out of it, I didn't know she was potentially trying to work with it.
Look, we saw it, brother. There are people who ain't looking with that average eye. There are people who watching every word come out of your mouth, my mouth. I saw her squirm when you put the question on her about who 50 Cent was. She came at you like she came at you, but she wouldn't dare say that about 50 Cent because she hasn't exhausted that resource yet. That's the only reason she wouldn't say nothing about him. She went as far as to say, if he was on your show, then I would talk to him. Yeah, right. You're not going to exhaust the resource until you squeeze it out. After you get through squeezing it out, then you would talk crazy about him or anybody else.
Of course you're not.
And that type of brokenness is a man who has kids outside of me isn't something that's conducive for what I want forever.
But will you date him?
No.
So that goes to my point. I'm trying to ask a question. You have two different men right here. One man who has...
I will not date a man with kids.
Okay, that's all I'm asking.
Yes. I will
But
not.
do you understand, just off of the statistics?
Here we go. Go ahead and be a statistic and say it, because I hear it all the time. And
What?
say it.
You say what you're saying, and I'm going to either...
Based on
agree
statistics, most men have kids. Go for it.
at your age.
But that's why I said early on, Cam, when you said young and remember the patience of me being older woman, I said, well, for a woman who has certain qualifications or criterions like no kids, that would be, I have to have enough brain cells to know, baby, that's the payoff. Okay, he may be younger, successful, no kids, but now you have to make sure you implement the patience. Or you get you an older man who has kids, and he could have been married with his kids. There's a lot of different scenarios why men have kids, okay? But then you don't have to have as much patience with him as maturity-wise. But do you want to have patience to say, and it's not even dealing with, because that's not bad, you want to have enough patience to gut the fact that you are dating a man with young kids or grown kids, and that's against what you want, your value system. For me, I rather choose the poison of, I'll have patience with you, baby. We'll just have to figure this out, and I'm cool with that, and we'll have a good time in the meantime. Then I know that you have kids. It's against something I never wanted as a child. And now, if you have young kids, I'm gonna be very involved because I'm a loving woman. I'm never gonna take
But you're giving a scenario that you're saying...
that I wouldn't
do.
Right, and those are the reasons why I wouldn't do them.
For sure.
Because I'm gonna be involved, right? I'm never gonna be a woman who's not.
But I must defend this situation. I have 8 children. And
8 beautiful babies.
I will not, no baby mother of mine could ever say that she's a single mother, because single mother insinuates that she has no help. So for me in my situation, life be lifing. That's a common.
Yeah, it does. I agree.
And my situation is a product of life happening. So,
and none of us are exempt from it.
of course.
Right.
So we have preferences.
100%.
We have things that we could say, okay, I would love to do this. I'm raised in a church, so my father would always direct us to say, hey, be this, be that, be that, be this. But I can also tell my father this, your reality is not my reality.
100%.
You walking into 7-Eleven is different than your son walking into 7-Eleven.
Sorry.
Makes sense to you. So I can agree with you, and we can agree to disagree, that I'm not creating broken homes. I'm doing the best with the situation that I was given and am given. So hands-on father, absolutely. I don't subscribe to just bringing fatherless children or motherless children into this world. I have an unbelievable relationship with the mothers of my children. And it's healthy co-parenting that we show the children real love, real communication, real orders of operations. And I think that's key, because even though we have this unspoken societal pressure to do this and be this, but that's just not, that's a unicorn that you're waiting for. Because if I'm sitting up here telling you like, yo, I have aspirations to have this, but my experiences have shown me that that person really doesn't exist. So when I'm asking or when I ask questions of, is the expectations unrealistic? Because my reality has garnered unbelievable connections with women around the world. Not in Africa, I haven't been in Africa, right? But at the same time, I've been able to make the best of my situation. And I can't say that that situation ever resulted into a broken home.
I saw it, bruh. I'm telling you, I hadn't seen the whole episode, but because it became something to talk about, I sat and watched it. I was like, okay. Then at the end, when you got her, because you reversed it, you asked her, well, is 50 Cent like that? she would not say a disparaging word about the brother because she a hustler, Dr. Alleged Bryant. She a hustler, dog. I'm just saying, man, people get mad at me, it happens, but in the long run, when people study what you say, they're gonna be like, oh, they was right there. It's just trendy. For the trendy people, you ain't right. What's the sister name who went on tour and had to cancel the tour? One of the ratchet female rappers. Damn, I can't think of her name. What is it? Sexy Red. Let me tell you something. On the internet, it's easy to press like. On the internet, it's easy to do things to blow up. But in the real world, are people finna waste their time and resources to come see what you talking about? No, they're not. You're an internet star. And ain't nothing wrong with being an internet star. You might turn it into some money. But I'm talking about for the long run, to not be a trend. You have to be something of substance that people will be like, oh, so-and-so coming to town. You know what? I'm gonna take my hard-earned dollar and I'm gonna go see that because it's probably worth something. You can't be worth nothing perpetrating who you are because you're a perpetrator.
For sure. So to wrap this up, in this particular phase, I'm like, I don't judge other people's platforms. But what I do see at other people's platforms, they're not being held accountable or they're not holding people accountable for that. And I'm not afraid to use my personal experiences to talk about it.
Got it. So this is my thing. You can label it whatever your hurt ego needs it to be labeled so that you feel good about your choices. But at the end of the day, a family consists of a dynamic. And that dynamic consists of two parents and a child. And when you start to create that multiple times, that's called a blended family. And when there's somebody missing from the home, but they are the school daddy, meaning I picked them up or dropped them off to school, or they are the sports mother or father, I come to the games, but they're not the, I wake up and go to sleep with my kids. That household now is broken by the, by the family dynamic. That does not mean,
You're
Cam.
not describing me.
That does not mean, Cam, that you are not a dynamic father. That does not mean that you don't have a great relationship with him. I'm talking about the political construct of a family.
Societal construct, political construct,
If you want to, that's what I'm saying. If you want to call it that, that's fine. But listen.
Those things that you
whatever we label it doesn't change our decisions, though.
That's what I'm trying to, that's what you don't understand.
So all of your baby mamas live in one house?
No, they do not. But my children stay with me.
So then it's still a broken household. The mothers aren't in your home. So it doesn't make a difference.
But that's making the best of the situation.
Right. And listen, and let me say this. That part, I agree with. That part, I admire in you.
Okay.
That part, I think is amazing.
Right.
Cam, look at me. That part, I say thank you for being a man who's vertical, who stood up and dealt with his decisions, whether it was decisions you liked or you didn't, or you planned or you didn't, and you did what you had to do. That's called a man, baby. So thank you for being a man.
Yes, ma'am.
And doing your thing, seriously, with the best that you have. I think that's amazing.
Right.
And I say this, follow up, not to negate everything I just said, because I truly believe that and feel that. And I love that you did that. You didn't leave them fatherless. My father didn't leave me fatherless. It changed my life because he didn't leave me fatherless. I used to sit with him randomly and say, Daddy, thank you. For what? For not making me a fatherless little girl. Because I ain't out here desperate. And I got a daddy I can come home and nest in. I got a daddy I can come home who's a gangster, a street dude. I can make a phone call and you there.
It's done.
And you there. So I ain't looking for no street, excuse my language, nigga, to save me. I got my savior. I'm good. And the street dude to save me may crucify me. I'm good. Daddy ain't gonna crucify me. See, there's a difference. So with you, I'm saying thank you because my father has 6 of us by 5 different women, but he was a father. And so when you say, Doc, but I'm a daddy, don't negate that. I hear you more than you believe me hear you because I had a daddy who was a father and he wasn't in the house with all of us. but from a woman who was a little girl who had the best daddy I've seen a girl have straight up to this day. I'm not saying you ain't, but that's my daddy. I wasn't in the house with him. So the things that whoever he was in the house with, that environment is different from me coming over and seeing it. Now, for your babies, they all live with you. Their environment is different from when they go with mommy and mommy has whoever's in that house. So the roles have just switched, but it still makes, not the kids, hear me out, it still makes the household dynamic is a blended, broken household. It doesn't mean that your babies have to grow up broken. This is what I want to be clear on. It doesn't mean that you as a father can change their life. Listen, I beat the odds of being a baby mama because I had a daddy that wasn't in the house, but he was in my life, he was in my ear, he was in my ass about decisions. So this is why I'm saying the household, baby, is still broken, but it doesn't mean your kids have to be. But it's about coming into awareness of what really is. And like my father knew, he had blended families, broken homes, but he tried to overcompensate, and he did in every way he could by being a daddy. So that's all I'm saying is we can label it what we want, but the reality is this is what a blended family looks like, unless you're telling me it's polyamorous, and you're not. This is what a broken household looks like. Now, let me go further. Do broken households make for good people? You damn right. I'm not a statistic. I ain't perfect. I work through my stuff. I come from the inner city, the hood. I'm a product of teenage parents, a dope dealer and an addict who is now sober and killing it. My mama's a VP of my company, runs everything, got her own business, and I'm a doctor. So people like me come from situations like that. So I'm always advocate for it, but I'm always keep it real about what it is. Because in order for us to take it and heal it and do something with it, we gotta call a damn duck a duck so we know where to put it, what to feed it, how to do it, and what it needs. We can't be in this society as Black people and want to give things different words so that it makes us feel better about our decision. The decision is made. It is a broken home. It is a blended family. And now what are we going to do with these beautiful babies? So that your son, you got boys? I'm guessing out of 8, you got to have some boys. So that your boys make different and better decisions than daddy did. Not that you didn't do the best of what you had, but so your boys can say, Daddy, I admire you, but I did it different. Daddy, thank you for not letting me be fatherless, but I did it different. Your daughter can say, Daddy, I only married him and got all 5 kids with just one because 2 things, you was in my life, and because I didn't have to choose from despair, and because I love you, but I didn't want to have 3 or 4 or 5 kids by multiple men. So I chose different than you. But watch this. But he has these similarities about you that I love. He's loving. He won't leave me hanging. He's stable. He got my back. Because that's what I love about you. But your choices is what I didn't choose in this man. And that's okay. I don't choose my father in men who have the multiple kids, but I choose my daddy in men who are solid and who got my back and who love me unconditionally and who dote on me and still treat me like his baby at 41. That's all I'm saying. So you're doing a hell of a job, thank you.
And I know what comes with that. But at the same time, if I'm locked in with my situation or situations, right? And what I mean by situations, the other mother of my children, I have to put people on game. That's why I've created, let's keep it funky. We should be able to talk about religion. We should be able to talk about politics. We should be able to talk about relationships. We should be able to talk about the LGBTQT community and doing it with respect, not demonizing or suppressing or saying these type of things. We should be able to talk about the gay community and give them the respect that they deserve. What I am saying is, for me, I created something with a lot of help and support that allows me to bring light to any situation. And it's hard to cancel what it is.